Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking in today with Hollywood Live. I'm Tanya Hart. My guest today is moving up the music charts with his first Billboard Top 20 single. And by the way, it happens to be R&B. Of course, I'm talking about Josh X. Hey, Josh, how are you? Welcome to
Hey,
Hollywood Live.
thank you. How are you? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good because I'm talking to you.
Oh, same here.
Yeah.
I'm feeling great.
Okay, let me just say this. Thank you so much for keeping R&B alive. It has
Thank
not
you.
been easy. It's not been easy over the
It has
last.
not been easy, but it's something that I'm gonna stick to, and I appreciate you for recognizing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, you started out as a classical musician when you were age 6. How did you go from that into the genres that you've actually, because you do a little bit more than R&B as well, but how did you get from that to R&B?
Well, I had a Haitian mom that had 5 kids, raising them in New York City, and my father was absent in my life growing up. And she told me, "Listen, boy, you gonna play this piano because your father ain't got no child support coming in, and this is how you gonna go to college." So at 6 years old, I'm sitting there looking at my mom. She got her little teacup, and I'm like, "Is this what you want me to do, Mom?" And she's like, "Yes, keep playing." And I'm listening to her, of course. Finally, I had a little hot girl I was trying to play the same song for. And when I did this, that girl ran so far from me. And she said, "What are you playing?" I said, "My mom told me classical music is for the girls." And she said, "Not this type of girl." And that's when I said, I got to get into some R&B. You know this song right here?
Oh, I do. That's my buddy Stevie.
Brian McKnight.
Oh, that's right, Brian McKnight. That's who that is.
Anytime, yeah.
Yes.
Anytime. So this is my
Sing-
first R&B song that I discovered, coming from classical music. And if you don't mind, I'd like to sing a little bit for you.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Here we go. So my first R&B song that Josh X fell in love with and left the classical world is Brian McKnight, called Anytime. Here we go. I can't remember when we fell apart. There's something that was so meant to be. Forever is a promise in our hearts. And more I wonder where you are. You can sing the chorus with me.
I am.
Do I ever cross
Across
your
your
mind?
mind,
Anytime.
anytime.
Hey, do you ever wake up reaching out
For
for
me.
me? Hey, do I ever
Ever
cross
cross
your
your
mind?
mind,
Anytime, baby.
anytime.
Oh, I miss you.
I
Baby, I
miss
miss you.
you.
I
I
miss
miss
you.
you.
Hey. So now I go back to my mom and I'm like, "Mom, I could get all the girls with this R&B stuff." And of
Right.
course, she put me back to reality as a Haitian mom and said, "Boy, you better go to that school, and I don't care what you do. As long as you give me a bachelor's in music, you could do whatever you want." So I made a deal. I got my bachelor's in music, and I went and pursued my R&B career.
And it's working for you. I love it. And thank you so much for that. That's a first for Hollywood Live. We've had a lot of great musicians on. You're the first ones that have ever played for me like that.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm happy to bless the Hollywood. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I know, it's so special. Ooh, just giving you a hug. So, I got to tell you, Brian McKnight has been always one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Speaking of missing people, I miss him. I miss hearing that voice. He hasn't done a lot in the last few years, but Brian can come back anytime and have another hit,
Yeah,
anytime.
that was my first artist that I fell in love with, and I've been very blessed to meet Brian and he's endorsed me as an artist, and he's given me his blessings in my career, and I was very blessed to have that moment with him because he found it funny that I quit classical music. He was like, "Don't blame him. Tell your mom it's not my fault." I said, "Listen, she's happy now. She just got a car. She has a nice house. She has Louis Vuitton bags. She wants me to stay in R&B now." She's like, "Boy, you keep singing them love songs." So
Right,
Brian,
exactly.
but shout out to Brian McKnight for showing me love very early in my career, and I was very blessed to meet him in Crossing, and he definitely is a supporter of mine, and that was dope.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he's also just a, like you said, he's just a really nice guy as well as being very, very talented in a
Correct.
variety of areas. So tell me about the single and what it was like when you realized, okay, I'm in the Billboard Top 20.
It was amazing. I Miss You is a song that I had written about 4 years ago, and I had it in a special place. I knew it was a song that I wanted to release, but timing is everything for me as an artist. And during this whole pandemic, during 2020, I just was like, it's a lot of people passing away, and a lot of people sad that they can't see the ones they love, and everyone's kind of missing someone right now. And that, to me, even though when I wrote the song, it was more of me writing it from a relation point of view, but for me, I wanted to put it into the world because I knew one thing: everybody wanted that one more hug, that one more kiss, that one more touch, no matter what it was in this whole pandemic. And I'm just very proud of, my label for supporting me with my vision, KSR Group, and making sure that they give me the support that I needed to even get to top 20. So shout out to my whole team, and shout out to all the listeners and the radio stations that have been really blessing me and getting my song across the country.
Well, it's very interesting because needless to say, I mean, in the last, it's been what, 30 years now, when hip hop kind of really took over many of the airwaves and R&B started going on a bit of a decline, never left, because it's not going to leave because that's the soul of America. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's because of the pandemic, which is interesting, you start to hear songs with melodies again.
Correct.
People singing things that you with a hook that you can actually hum
Correct.
along. And I
Correct.
think that everything changes and comes back around. So your timing, like you said, timing on this is absolutely perfect. What is it that once we get out of this, I'm hoping you're going on tour and you can come to LA or we'll come to New York and see you or go around the world or whatever. But what are your plans now that you've got this song and you've got other opportunities? What do you think will happen for you after this pandemic is over? Because it will be.
I'm looking forward to getting in front of the fans and supporters and meeting the people that fell in love with this song and my past records. Every year I'm always traveling, and this was the first year, 2020, that was like, whoa, I'm all over the country on the radio, but I can't go into the city. But the cities that I'm in, they've made it really cool with doing virtual shows. So I got a chance to do Homecoming for DC and Howard and Atlanta. I performed for Atlanta through virtual, and I just did New Orleans last week. And I've been city to city virtually, but it's nothing like getting in front of that crowd and feeling that real, energy. So I'm looking forward to touching the stages and, making sure that first thing is safety, of course. My mom, she was someone that got COVID early last year, and that was very scary for me. So I know how serious it is. And
She's
I'm
okay
definitely,
now?
she's okay. She
Oh,
definitely,
good.
she cooked up one of them old school Haitian remedies, and she bust that thing right out of her system with that tea and turmeric and ginger and all these things I've never seen in my life. But hey, it worked, and it got her back. She beat it in like 4 days. God is good. But
Wow.
I know how serious it is. So I know, as much as I want to be in front of people, I really want this to get under control and put this behind us. So then entertainment, which is the soul of, like you said, the world, really, right? Music. Everybody needs music in their life. We could get back to programs. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And you know what I think you should look forward to? I think you've got a really good career in television and films for music, for your music. Have you thought about that? Are you working on
I've
it?
definitely been into that. I have a few songs that are on a few TV networks. I co-wrote the Empire song, "Ready to Go" for Jamal on the set of for Empire when he became the face of Pepsi. So I really was into that with Swiss Beats. We did that together, and I'm super excited for a few other songs that got placements in like Love and Hip Hop shows and VH1 television shows, and we also did Superfly the movie. There's a song that I co-written on that film right there. So I'm very into getting my music all over the place. I feel like film is definitely a great place to start. I'm actually a new actor as well. where
Yeah.
I started acting in an original series called Sister's Keeper. And
Oh,
my music is all over the TV series as well. So I'm really excited about blending both worlds, not only as an artist that's putting music in shows, but as an actor that can definitely utilize my music as well.
absolutely. I mean, that's talk about the full package. It sounds like that would be you, Josh X. I love it.
Yes,
I want to go back though a little bit and talk about, your Haitian background. You had shared with me that you went to Haiti for the first time this
yes,
past December, and it was like amazing and fabulous, and you had the whole
yes.
police escort and everything. But there's a particular music that comes out of Haiti that that really was a background of yours. Tell me about that music where your mom and everybody used to dance to it.
Yeah, so the music from my country is that my mom's from and my family is called compa music. And compa music, for me as a kid growing up, it's always been the jumping music at the barbecues. When your parents get up and start dancing, you know that that music is that was like our music today. Watching
Right.
them go into, my mom playing her favorite songs from, her growing up. So I always said to myself one day when I become, influential enough to have my voice in the space of music, I will start to incorporate a lot of the music from my family's heritage, which is compa music. And I said to myself, Creole Love, which was a song that I put out. There's a part one, but I just recently put out part two. That was a song with Michael, who's a huge star from Haiti, and Saskia, which is another artist, female singer.
Yes.
We put that song out, and everyone just loves it. So it's playing all over Haiti, and the people are very receptive to it. For me being a Haitian American, I just love Haitian people because my mom, she taught me where she come from and her struggles, and that's one of my main motivations of why I work so hard. She told me that I came to this country just to give you the opportunity. So if you don't fight for your opportunity, then you wasted all my time in getting here. And she always reminded me that as a child. So for me, going to Haiti and seeing where my mom's from was a blessing, and to know how blessed I am to hear. And I won't take none of that for granted. So shout out to Haiti. And I can't wait to get back this summer because we're going to be doing a lot of great things over
I know. I've had some of the best fruit in my life in Haiti.
there.
When you said, for some reason, that just came to my mind. I was like, ooh, I remember that fruit there. It was the best I'd ever had. And I've had some good fruit. I live in California. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Um, so what makes a good song? What is it that you put into a song that makes it work and makes it a great
um,
song?
I feel like you never know when it's going to be great, but you do know when you have something special by the emotion it gives you while you're recording it. I notice that when I know something is going to be special, I get a little bit of the chills, and that's my recognition of knowing that I got something special. If I don't, and that's just for me as a writer and a producer. If I don't get the chills, then I know it's like it could be still a special song, but it's not as special to me. And I haven't been wrong. Like the songs that I do get that feeling from, those are my most successful songs. So I'm really gonna stick to that formula for now until something else comes.
I think that probably will work out well for you. And everybody can find your single on all of the like Spotify and all of the other downloadable apps
Yes,
and things.
you can find I Miss You on every DSP. So that's Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and anywhere you just want to listen to music. All you gotta do is type in Josh X, and a lot of my catalog will come up, and you'll be able to stream and download. So check me out.
I will. I'm going to download everything you've done because I just think you're
Thank you.
absolutely terrific and so talented.
Thank you.
So will we see something new coming out this spring? Do you have something in the works now that you will be releasing?
I do. I have a project called the X Project, which I've been working on during this pandemic. I have some songs that I released off of that project, which is I Miss You, and I have Creole Love off that project, and I have a new song coming called Going Dummy, featuring Fabio Foreign. And I'm really excited to get into that song next month and sometime in March. So look out for it. The video was shot already, and we're going to be going viral.
I love it. I love it. Josh, thank you so much for taking time to
Thank you
spend
so
with us
much for
here on
having me.
Hollywood Live. And I absolutely appreciate you playing that song today and us
Thank
singing
you.
along. So you're
Thank
just
you.
terrific. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
And
having me.
anytime you come back when your next single comes out, okay?
Definitely will. Thank you.
Okay,
All right,
that's a
y'all be
promise.
safe. I definitely
Okay,
will. Be safe.
okay. Thank you. You too. And everybody else out there, stay safe. We love you. We miss seeing you in person, but this will be over soon because guess what? They do have a vaccine. I'm telling everybody now, when it's your turn, please take it because it does matter. Thanks so much. Tanya Hart here, Hollywood Live.